Good morning and welcome back. Well, according to a new study, concussions among adolescents are much higher than previously believed. And joining us this morning from Gunderson Health System to discuss the trend, athletic trainer Ryan Henke joins us. Ryan, thanks for waking up with us this morning.
Good morning.
How prevalent of an injury is concussions among teens that you're seeing, at least in your experience?
In my experience, I work at a local high school and middle school as well. So being there anywhere from 2 to 5 days a week, I get to be out at practices, at competitions. So I see them fairly regularly just because I'm present, and a lot of our athletic trainers are present in the local school systems and are out at practices and competitions of all sports.
Sure. Could you say that having this increase is maybe an increased awareness, or are they actually happening more, or just people know more about them and are more readily open to admit that they maybe have one?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think there's a large increase in youth sports and the amount of kids that are participating in sports. So that's going to increase your prevalence of the concussion. But at the same time, I think over the past few years, concussions have been kind of a front point in the media as well as in the NFL and other sports, and they're making changes. So people are more aware. There's more presentations that are given to parents, to coaches. They have to go through more training to recognize and be aware of how to recognize concussions as well as the severity of them. So I think that also plays a part in that they're being diagnosed as well as reported more often now.
Do you see this prevalence of concussion awareness helping with the treatment and prevention?
I believe it is, because we're constantly trying to come up with new ways to help prevent concussions, make it safer for youth sports. And I definitely think that, sorry, I lost my train of thought here.
That's okay, Ryan. Quick, I want to talk about the specific sports. We think about football, but we mentioned, I think, a week or two ago that women's hockey is prevalent, soccer. It's not just the mainstream sports that we think it is.
Definitely. A lot of times concussions are due to contact sports, hitting another player or also hitting something like a basketball court, the ground. In ice hockey, it's going to be the boards. So in a lot of sports, there's different ways to sustain a concussion, mainly due to the impact.
So basically, I guess the idea now is don't be afraid to report concussions. Don't try to play through the pain. There are protocols in place to check for that and things like that, correct?
Yeah, definitely. Concussions are a serious thing, mainly because it has to do with your brain, and especially with younger sports and younger athletes, their brain's still developing. And so trying to hide it, we don't want to have a head injury on top of a head injury. So making sure that if they do have signs or symptoms of a concussion, they do report that to their athletic trainer, a medical personnel, their coach, their parents. That way they can hold them out of competition or practice, and they can get the right treatment and go through the right protocols to return to that activity safely.
All right, Ryan, we are out of time this morning, but thank you so much for joining us, especially as the high school sports season gets underway and the school year starts up again. Ryan, thank you so much.